Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk a little bit about rock fishing out of Redondo Beach, California. Some of this information is specific only to Redondo Beach, so if you fish a different part of California, then it may be completely different. With that being said, here we go. So we're going to start with Google Earth again. And as you can see, most of Redondo Beach is not very bumpy. It's basically one really flat area punctuated by a huge underwater canyon. So when you are at depth, you're not going to look at your fish finder and see stuff like this. So then your quest is to figure out where the fish might be hanging out. And with Redondo Beach, I think the prevailing currents run from north to south. So a likely area might be along the ledges of this canyon on the southern side. So I'm going to take my cursor and just kind of mouse around the likely areas like ledges. And then I'll pay attention to the lower right hand corner, and it'll give me not only the coordinates but the depth. So the numbers I'm looking for, I think the sweet spot for rockfish are, I'm gonna say about 180 to about 250. Anything less than maybe 180, you are gonna catch maybe other types of fish. Anything beyond 250, and it's a real chore to bring the lure or the bait back up. So I'm gonna mouse around, look for likely terrain in that range. So if I find a likely spot with just the right feature and the right depth, I might go ahead and drop a waypoint. So for example, this spot here is around 218 feet and it's on a ledge. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a waypoint here. Like so. And then I will mouse around some more and look for another likely spot. Like there. And then maybe one more. And then at that point, I will upload the coordinates into my fish finder. And then from there, it's just a matter of zigzagging back and forth, going from spot to spot, and staying within that sweet spot of maybe 180 to about 250. And then on the fish finder, what you're looking for is something like this. Again, you're not going to find huge structures. Typically, rockfish habitat is going to look something like this. It's going to be kind of like a cloud with some red specks, and this is a Garmin unit. And so as you can see, the areas where it gets steeper or drops off are likely areas for rockfish. In terms of gear, I typically fish an erratic fall jig, something in the 4 to 6 ounce range. I like using the jigs because it kind of discriminates against the smaller fish. If your aim is to catch numbers of fish, you're probably better off with a dropper loop rig, maybe an 8 ounce torpedo sinker, and use squid or mackerel, cut mackerel for bait. I'm quickly becoming a believer of this blue and reddish pink color pattern. Alrighty then, let's go fishing. Now, I should warn you that I'm a kayaker first and a cinematographer last. For example, this video angle is called the prisoner walking the plank angle. So unfortunately, most of the screen is devoted to the Redondo Beach skyline. And if you have any inner ear afflictions, you might want to look the other way. So here I've arrived at the destination and I've dropped the lure into the water. As you might imagine, it'll take quite a while for the lure to hit the bottom. You'll notice that I have the nose of the kayak into the wind, and I am making little fine adjustments with my feet via the Mirage drive. Otherwise, you will quickly drift out of the drop zone. Typically with rockfish spots, they're not very big, so if you are off by 20-30 feet, you will not get bit.